Hello and welcome to the Darebin International Sports Centre, the host of the richest ball and bowls tournament in the Southern Hemisphere, the Australian Open Championships of 2013. Today it is the women's singles final where 2011 champion Lisa Phillips is taking on current world champion Karen Murphy. Darebin has been a happy hunting ground for Phillips. Last year she was runner-up here in the final, and as I mentioned, she took out the event the previous year. Phillips is also a semi-finalist at the Australian Indoors and champion of the Queensland Open 3 years ago. Well, Lisa, congratulations, another final, but it's the biggest challenge in women's bowls, isn't it, taking on Karen Murphy? How do you beat her?
That's a really good question. I've played her twice now, and I've had a couple of close games and gone down, so I mean, I'm hoping for third time lucky here, but pretty much, again, I'm just going to concentrate on myself. If I bowl as good as I can, it doesn't matter who's out there on the green.
Did you find in that semi-final you were finding out the pace and the lines on the green? Did it help you?
Yeah, no, it was good. I took a couple of events to get used to it, but once I did, I seemed to get a little bit on that roll, which was fantastic. So hoping today that I can do that again and hopefully things will go my way.
The Australian Open is about the only singles crown Karen Murphy doesn't have in the trophy cabinet. The world number 2 has a large collection of World Championship, World Match Play, Commonwealth Games, Asia Pacifics and indoor trophies. Well, Karen, congratulations on reaching this final. You've never won a singles title here at the Australian Open. What would it mean to you?
Yeah, well, certainly something that's on my bucket list that I want to tick off, and and I'd love to win it today. Obviously, it's always a hard week here at Darebin, and a tough week with the sets play format and the greens. But yeah, look, I've gone one better than I have in previous years, and I've had a fantastic 12 months. It'd certainly be great to add it to the list, but just to be in the final, I'm rapt about that. So I just want to go out there and play well, and hopefully that'll take care of itself.
The point you made about Darebin and tough to win here with sets play, your opponent loves it. She's been her 3rd consecutive final. What do you have to do to beat Lisa Phillips?
Yeah, look, I don't really... I'm not really worried about what Lisa's going to do. I know if I can, control what I can control, and if I play my A game, I know I'll go close. So Lisa's pretty. She's an animated character. She shows her emotion sort of bit. I'll probably be the other side of the coin. But look, she's a great player, as you say. Fantastic record here at Darebin. But if I could look after my game, I think I'll go close.
And joining me in commentary for this final, Julie Keegan. And Julie, it's quite extraordinary to think that a 19-year-old Lisa Phillips is playing in her 3rd consecutive singles final.
Absolutely amazing, Mark, and she's such a fierce competitor, and I think she's actually grown a lot in the last 12 months as well. So it's going to be a very tough game out there. Karen's going to have to be at her best to beat her. Well,
Karen Murphy is the current world champion. She's the best player in women's bowls, but she's never won an Australian Open singles title.
No, she hasn't. No, Karen was a little bit disappointed in a semi-final performance, and she said to me herself that she's going to have to be at the top of her game to win this one.
Well, who is going to win?
It's going to be a hard call, but I think with Karen's experience and sheer determination, she could just have the slight edge on Lisa.
Well, the stage is set now for the women's singles final for 2013, the Australian Open Championships, and it is the 2011 champion. And for the 3rd consecutive year, Lisa Phillips in the final up against the current world champion. And the only thing Karen Murphy hasn't won is an Australian Open title in the singles. And how she'd love to rectify that here at Darebin today. Conditions are ideal. The sun is shining, just a slight breeze. And the 2 best players in the championship for 2013 are going head-to-head. You would suggest that Karen Murphy, as the current world champion, would be the favourite, but you don't make 3 consecutive finals in an Australian Open without loving the venue, loving the greens and loving the conditions. So Lisa Phillips is in this up to her eyeballs. Good weight to start there from Karen Murphy. There's a nice start from Lisa Phillips. Julie Keegan.
Bowl and a half behind Jack High.
Thank you.
Julie Keegan joining me in commentary. And Julie, what we know also about Lisa Phillips is that a lot of the time, not only does she have to battle her opponent, she has to battle herself. She's very hard, gets down on herself, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does. I think Lisa's worked on that a lot over the last 12 months. I didn't get to see her in her semi-final, but I do believe she handled herself very well. So it'll be interesting to see how she goes out there today against Karen.
How far through'd that one go, please? The last one?
Yeah, thanks.
2 feet.
All right, cool. And mine short? How far short's that one, please?
6 inches.
Okay, cheers.
She had a comfortable 8-3, 10-2 win over Gayleen Ellsworthy in that semi-final you speak of, and really was never under any pressure. This will be different, this final. Karen had to work hard to beat Carla Rogers in the semi-finals.
Still holding 2, please. Yep, and Karen's ball out here, Jack high.
Yes, Jack high.
Fantastic, thank you.
It's a bit narrow there from Lisa.
1 or 2, please, Pammy.
It's close, but I only favour 1.
Sorry, where was my bowl? Was it behind
Jack high.
Right on Jack high.
Yes.
And the gap 6 inches, mate.
Yes.
Wow.
Pam Hocking's a marker. She's got a very good eye, so if she's saying she favours it's only 1, I'd have to believe it there.
It's a bit narrow here from Karen. It's tracking okay though.
A little bit of weight. She's got to slip past. But, just short.
Chance here for Lisa to pick up another shot on this opening end. This is on a tight line again, and we'll duck under.
1 down.
Won't even get there. But it is 1 to Lisa Phillips to start this singles final. So Lisa Phillips on the board, leading 1-0 after the first end.
Lisa's got off to a good start there. Found a range very early.
How far is that, Pammy, please?
11 inches.
Hello.
Once again, she's picked that line just fantastically, Lisa, early on, which is really a comforting thought.
Lovely reply from the world champion. To the backhand now for Lisa Phillips.
How far short are Lisa's bowls, please, Pam?
2.5 feet and another bowl more.
Just as this second end started, the wind's starting to pick up a little bit here at Darebin, just to add to the conditions that the bowlers have to contend with. And Lisa Phillips has corrected magnificently and gets shot.
Had a bit of rain here last night, so the green's a little bit holding. Could free up a little as the game goes on, but at the moment they're just having to give them that little bit more than they have previously.
This is tracking okay.
Looking very good here. Great shot.
And Lisa Phillips applauds her opponent. Terrific start to this final. And if this is going to be what's in store, it's going to be compulsive viewing with a little bit of weight here. Not narrower than she was before, but it's looking good. It's looking very good.
Fantastic shot from Lisa.
Don't see Karen play too many of these shots. She's lined it up reasonably well, and she gets the jack.
Fantastic shot.
And that will be 3, depending on where the jack has gone. We can't see it from our position here. It is 3 to Karen Murphy, and that is a wonderful, wonderful end. It seesawed right to the final bowl. And Karen Murphy picks up 3 shots. 3-1, she leads after 2 ends of the first set. They're the sort of ends that deflate your opponent a bit too. Lisa works so hard to get that 2-shot edge with 1 to play, but you've got to put it behind you, and that's easier said than done. Jack forward here, Karen control of the mat. There's Kay Moran looking on. And partner of Karen's in the pairs and the triples, along with Julie Keegan, and is nominated as Karen's coach for this final.
Where is Lisa's last one, Pammy, mate, please?
2 bowls short of Jack High.
Thanks, pal.
Going out wide here, Karen. Look at a turn. Just ran out of steam a little bit. Quick onto the mat, Lisa Phillips. It's a lot narrow, isn't it?
It'll be under as well.
1 or 2, please, Pammy.
Favour you for 2.
Lisa's bowl out there now, please, mate. Where is it?
It's only a bowl short of Jack High.
And shot bowl off the jack. Thanks.
6 inches.
Thanks, mate.
It was tracking well, just stopped a bit short.
Yeah, she's just trying to slip behind that bowl just for a bit of cover and count as well. Lisa's got a wider line here.
Hurry! Come on!
Well played, Lisa Phillips. Last bowl of this end for Karen Murphy. Can she rescue something here? Needs a
Very
bend. It just missed. Not only the green bowl of Lisa Phillips, but the jack as well. It is 1 to Lisa Phillips.
Hurry! Hurry!
A superb play by the 2011 Australian Open champion, and it will be 2 to Lisa Phillips. And we're locked at 3-all after 3 ends. What a final we have developing here. 19 years of age, Lisa Phillips, and this is her 3rd straight final.
Yes, that's a record that probably be very hard to beat.
16 inches.
Mate.
Has been an exceptional start to this final.
4.5 inches.
Really nothing in it at the moment, Mark. They've both brought their A game today.
Yes, more on this side.
She's got the Gen Y cap going. Lisa Phillips as well. Big sunnies.
Very close here again from Karen.
How far
Good
did
ball.
Karen go through, please? How far past is Karen's?
14 inches.
Yep, and how far short's her front one?
Your front one or
No,
Karen?
Karen's front one, please. Yep.
16 inches.
Which is closer? Her back one or her front one?
You're holding.
Yeah, but which of Karen's bowl is closer?
Oh,
The one
back
that-
one.
Okay, cheers, thanks.
The one that's less distance. This is pretty good.
Deal.
A little bit better than pretty good.
All those questions helped.
Between the last bowl and the jack, please, Pam.
2.5 inches.
2.5.
Yep.
She's going to lose her voice, Pam Hawkins, before this final's over.
Just to let everybody know, the 12 o'clock round is already starting closer to 1 o'clock. So just keep listening out to the announcements and we'll keep up that.
She was hoping to get a little bit further back to give herself a little bit of protection. What's Karen Murphy's options here, Julie?
I think she's just going to try and sit on that back bowl. She's had fantastic line with all three bowls. Just got to have a minor correction. She doesn't want to drop short. She's just got to try and rest onto that back bowl, squeeze the jack. If she's a little bit tighter. No real target, all those bowls sitting on the line there. It's a very hard shot.
She's looking at it closely. So too Lisa Phillips, but it's not turning. It's staying out there.
Good attempt.
And Lisa Phillips will pick up 2 shots. It is 2 to Phillips, and it is 5-3. And this opening set is the 3-time finalist and 1-time champion, Lisa Phillips, in the lead.
Enjoy some Werther's lollies. We'll get a complimentary photo taken to take home.
Going for a very short end here. Taking the mat back a bit, the jack a long way down. Close to one of the shorter ends of the final so far. better there from Karen, but still a little bit short. Now Lisa with her third bowl. Both bowlers just taking a little bit of time adjusting to the shorter end. Lisa has passed on all her 3. Karen is short on her 2.
Yes, Karen will be looking at getting to those back green bowls. Last thing she wants is Lisa's to pick up that jack. Needs to hurry.
It's not going to get there. Now, here's an opportunity for Lisa Phillips.
Yes, and she's, as we've seen in the last few ends, Lisa's played some great conversion shots. Just with the controlled weight, she's been looking at probably coming up there under there, sitting Karen's bowl and hopefully follow on to the jack.
This could be a pivotal moment in this final. She's going with weight. Is it online?
Got him.
She likes it, and she's knocked it out of play. Where will it be re-spotted?
Sorry, my ball. Hope you're on my ball, mate.
Where is it re-spotted?
The black one. Yeah, black line, black dot. There is no black dot. It must be that one.
A lot of room here for Karen, and you would think she'll pick up 2 here.
Yes, definitely will here, Mark.
If it's black line, black dot,
Comfortably 2 shots there to Karen Murphy. And so we're all level after 5. At 5 all. 4 ends remaining in this opening set. So Karen Murphy back in control of the match. She's only won the 2 ends in this final so far. Karen picking up 3 in the second end with a drive on the last shot and picking up 2 there.
She's had the bowls around there all the time, Mark. Lisa's had to work hard to get them off her, though.
This has come up a bit short, hasn't it?
Be a good yard in a bit, wouldn't it? Beg your pardon? How far short's that one, please?
6 feet.
Yeah, there's not a lot of finish on the green here today after that big storm last night. You've just got to be playing through the jack all the time. Just hard to dead draw the shot.
Backhand now for Murphy. It's better for weight. Still
How far short's that one?
stops very quickly, doesn't it?
Yard.
Still plenty of room.
Thanks.
Chasing after this one, Karen Murphy. Comes up short.
Who's holding up there, please? I favour yours, but it is a measure.
Oh, thanks.
Too far away to say it accurately, isn't it? Plenty of room for Lisa Phillips here. Is he going to come back from out there?
Good enough for the shot.
Messy end though, isn't it? The 6th end. Crucial end.
Yes, we've discussed it earlier. It's definitely the business end, the sixth end, pivotal point in sets play.
A bit concerned with
Not quite double decker bus, but
Lisa having 2 back bowls as well.
down bus.
This is better. Ran on a bit more though. So there is the shot. Now Phillips, last bowl of the sixth end. It's tracking okay. It's a terrific bowl, although will it knock the jack closer? It doesn't. Perfection there from Lisa Phillips, and she leads 6-5. The final of the women's singles will continue in just a moment. Welcome back to the women's singles final. Lisa Phillips taking on Karen Murphy. Lovely day here in Melbourne at Darebin. The final end of this first set. And Lisa Phillips has a 3-shot buffer. She won the championships in 2011, beaten last year in the final by Lindsay Armitage, and back again this year. And is the front runner at the moment.
She's oozing with confidence at the moment. Very hard to get a 3 off her, I would say.
Karen did do it in the second end of the match, so she knows she can do it, but will she be given the opportunity to do it? That's the question.
Well, the good thing with Karen, you know, she has got the last bowl, so she can manufacture something if she needs to.
Lisa can also spoil between now and then as well, can't she?
Good start.
Is this going to go?
It's just hanging out there a little.
Weight was okay.
Smart move there from Lisa. She's trying to split those bowls, but she's cut the head. Opportunity still there for Karen. She can touch that jack. She can make 3 shots.
It's okay, isn't it? Oh, just missing and just running on a bit. She can't say she hasn't had a chance.
She definitely gave it a chance.
Big bowl here for Lisa.
A wider line. Just trying to sit in there, but oh, she slipped through.
This is a huge opportunity here for Karen Murphy. Bowl of hers out on the right, just a little bit too far out from where the jack is at the moment to give her another shot. But it's a chance to stay alive and halve the set. It's not coming back.
It's down.
It's staying way out there. And so the first set goes to Lisa Phillips. And it will be a shot to Lisa Phillips to take the first set 9-5 and move a step closer to the Australian Open title. It's the second time in this tournament that Karen's dropped the opening set. She did it in the third round against Lynn Triffett, lost at 8-5. Lost this one 9-5 before obviously going on to win the match 7-0 in the tiebreak.
That's the advantage of the sets play. You've just you've got to have a good head on your shoulders, let that set go, just concentrate on the second set. It's a whole new start now.
Terrific start here from Karen Murphy.
What happened? It's close, but I still think Karen's holding one.
Okay, thank you.
That was a determined okay, wasn't it? She might be holding one, but she won't after this one.
Just Karen.
Come on.
There you go.
Just down there, mate. Where is it, Penny?
A full bowl behind Jack High. You might need to move off the centre line, Lisa, sorry.
I'm safe.
Holding very well here for the jack.
Terrific stuff from Karen Murphy. Lisa Phillips has answered the challenge pretty much every time that Karen has put pressure on her.
Been a great match.
Can she do it again? This is her final bowl of this opening end of the second set. There wasn't much of a gap there, was there?
She had a couple of options, you know, sit the bowl or trail the jack, and a little bit of room for Lisa, but she's had to change her hand.
Terrific stuff from Lisa Phillips. Right next to the jack. Now Karen finds herself chasing again. What can she do here, Karen Murphy? Is it coming? No, it's going to get through the gap.
Good attempt.
And Lisa Phillips picks up the first shot of this second set. Let's head downstairs. Andrew Holmes.
Yes, thanks, Mark. Mark Cowan, Lisa Phillips' coach, joins me, and 8 of the 10 ends. If she wanted a good start, she found it.
Yeah, very much so, Andrew. It's a very good start. I thought the semi-final was a good standard, but it seems to have gone up another notch in the final, so it's been good.
You spoke to her obviously before the match. How was she preparing for a match against, as we know now, the world champion?
Yeah, look, Karen hasn't worried her too much. I think having the 2 years previous in the final has sort of settled the nerves very early for her, and I think more pressure's on Karen not having won the singles final at the AO more than anything else. So.
We spoke to you during her semi-final against Galen, and we spoke about her just having a tremendous will to win. She's playing against a girl who also has similar traits. This will go down to the wire.
No doubt about that. They're both fierce competitors, and the pleasing thing from my point of view is that every time Karen's got the shot so far, Lisa's got it straight back, and that's putting pressure back on Karen all the time. So at the moment, it's a good battle, and it'll be interesting to see who comes out on top.
How important was it that semi-final win for her was easy in you know the kindness of terms, but she wasn't challenged at all against Galen?
No, she wasn't, but I think it's one of those things. It's harder to get into the final, and once she gets in there, I think she'll be more relaxed because she's been there before and done it. So yeah, it was harder to get through the semi, I think, more than anything else.
Thanks for your time.
Good on you.
Karen has a shot at the moment in this second end. of good shots there from Karen Murphy. She likes this, Lisa. Is it going to run out? It is. Just it's between the two. Three bowls side by side for Karen Murphy.
This will be a big bowl here. So just wait.
Get the split. Split!
And she does magnificently again. Karen knows the best she can do is just the one, so let's see how she goes.
I thought coverage right. You would think so.
Has to hurry.
It has to get there, doesn't it? Is it going to? It only just passes that front one, but it's the one at 3 o'clock that's closer, isn't it?
Yeah, one green, is it?
One green.
Yep.
Yeah, it is one to Lisa. Karen Murphy lets an opportunity go by there.
Whoop.
And Lisa Phillips 2-0 in this second set. Well, I think Karen, Lisa and Pam Hockinson, you and I, Julie, fully expected Karen to get the shot there, but it seemed to be a nervous bowl.
Yeah, out into foreign territory there sometimes, you know, if they haven't played a lot on that track, it can be slower. So that she was having to bowl a lot wider on the rink. Hasn't had a lot of use out there. Bowls tend to pull up a lot quicker. Can get you caught.
How far is that, mate?
Yard.
She's had a few chances the last few ends, Karen, and hasn't been able to take them. And she's been rather quiet for a while too. That's the first question she's asked in a while.
How far short's the last bowl, please, Pam?
2 feet.
Thank you.
She's really had Karen under pressure from the start. Lisa Phillips, hasn't she? And she's the one that's in control.
Just seems to really be finding a groove now and just sort of settling in quite well, Lisa. She's just full of confidence.
Here's a drive from Karen Murphy. Try and get rid of those green bowls that are in front of the jack, and she's hit her own and got a bit unlucky to not trail the jack. It's now 2 to Lisa Phillips, and
managed to get one out.
Yeah, both bowlers have one left, and there's plenty of space. But gee, if the bowl that kept going straight into that jack, it would have been very handy for her.
Weird.
It'll all come down to the last bowl again for Karen.
Stop now.
There is 3. Two and a measure anyway.
I'll take that risk.
Critical bowl here for Karen Murphy. There's plenty of weight to it, and it's very wide.
It's coming back.
It has dramatically, hasn't it? But it's just run on too far, and it's going to be 2 here to Lisa Phillips.
Two.
It is 2 to Lisa Phillips, who wins yet another end and open up a very handy 4-0 lead in this second set after she took the first 9-5. And she's won 7 consecutive ends in this final, Lisa Phillips.
Yeah, she's definitely on a roll at the moment, Lisa. She's not mucking around.
I think also the pressure she's put, or the way she's answered, you know, the pressure from Karen early is starting to take its toll a bit on Karen here. You know, she's sort of thinking, what else can I do?
Yeah, just wearing her down. Karen's had, you know, played some great shots there, and Lisa's just been able to convert at really critical times. Just pretty crushing.
That hand's going to leave. We'll try and roar, and you can't try and stay off it. No, I'm not panicking. I've got nothing to lose, have I? Oh, I can't roar it.
There is six ends still left in this game, so there's plenty of time left for Karen. Just can't let that 4-0 deficit worry you too much at this stage.
No, but it's, even though it's only the 4th end of the second set, it's one of those situations now where you sort of think, well, Karen's got to win this end, because if she drops a shot or 2 here, all of a sudden it's 6-0.
That's right. Karen just needs a string, probably a couple of ends together to get her confidence back.
She hasn't won an end since the 5th end of the first set.
Holding, please? Yeah, cool, thanks.
And at the moment, Lisa Phillips is just playing too well. Not sure that's going to come back. Does that mean she's going for the drive with her last shot?
Yes, I'd say Lisa will probably cover now. That front bowl of Karen's, for the shot that Karen played, she has to play some degree of weight to be able to get under it to get to Lisa's bowl or the jack. There's going to be some sort of movement on the jack, so Lisa would be getting back a little bit.
I don't think she is.
She's
What do you think Karen's going to do here? Lisa holds 2.
there'll be some form of weight under her front bowl. Just depends on how comfortable she is. She's played some great forehand runners. You can see a piece of that jack.
Big bowl here for Karen Murphy. It's tracking okay. It's tracking okay. That is magnificent from the world champion. And she goes from 2 down to 1 up. And she wins her first game since the 5th of the first set.
That's a big conversion and definitely needed.
That's the sort of conversion that changes matches, doesn't it? She gets control of the match. She takes it all the way back. That was huge, wasn't it? 4-0, could have been 6-0. It's now 4-1.
That's right, it's a big turning point, that bowl.
Can she get close with the first hit?
Karen really needs to start nailing it with the first bowl to really put some pressure back onto Lisa. Just leaving her that little bit of room.
She knows how short that is and how that she's not going to win this final if she keeps leaving it that short, and Lisa Phillips is even shorter.
Hi, Ed. Whoops, daisy.
Is that a sign of the maturity of Lisa Phillips now? That it was just a whoopsie-daisy after that, as opposed to Tweed Heads last year when she gave herself a right hook to the head when she played a bad shot.
My ball, please, Pammy.
2 feet.
Mate.
Slight change of length. Worked in Karen's favour so far.
Lisa Phillips not mucking around here on the mat.
She's very quick, isn't she?
On a roll, keep going. And is it turning? No.
Door's definitely open here for Karen. Will it hold up?
Three to Murphy. This is a big bowl here for Lisa Phillips. Massive moment. This set could be all tied after this, or Lisa could draw a shot here.
Oh, she's not up.
It's not. It's too narrow as well, and it is 3 to Karen Murphy. And are we seeing a little bit of change of momentum here?
3? Yeah.
It is 3 to the red of Murphy, and all of a sudden, for the first time in the match, Karen Murphy has won back-to-back ends. And 4-0 has become 4-all. You would think she'll go the long end again after it was that successful. Although, Jack, yep, it's going to run out there. A couple of members of the triples team that beat you and Karen and Kay, is it not?
The one on the left, yeah, that was Ellen Ryan from Goulburn, young up-and-comer, and
did she have a twin sister? Or was there the other twins somewhere?
Sam and Jess and the Rona girls, they've actually
disappeared, have
they've
they?
disappeared at the moment, but I'm sure they'll be back. A couple of young up-and-comers from Warilla.
15 years of age, aren't they?
Yes. Fantastic future. And really nice girls as well.
Karen's reasonably close with the first, and Lisa just off a little bit. Are we seeing a little bit of a change here? We certainly are in terms of the score in two ends, but Karen now needs to put the foot down a bit here and make it three ends, and there she comes.
Yeah, that last end, I would have expected Lisa to get one of her 4 bowls close, as she has been doing every other end.
I mentioned last end she was quick on the mat. I think she's quickening up. I think
so.
she's starting to get quicker than she was earlier.
Yeah, definitely.
My last one went through by how far, please, Pammy?
2.5 feet.
2.5?
2.5.
Does it count, please?
No.
Not quite.
If you have a tendency to sort of come out of the shot that little bit and, you know, just that too quick jumping up off the mat, that's what happens, short bowls.
Backhand here for Lisa.
Under Kaz's.
This looks a bit better.
Come on.
It's the best bowl for her for this end. Doesn't give a shot though. It's close. So this is the final bowl here for Karen Murphy. A lot tighter than she was before.
Yes.
I don't know if that's going to get there. It may knock hers, but she's missed it. Big chance here for Lisa Phillips.
She could draw another one here. That would be huge at this point in the game.
No grounds. I don't know. I like mine, actually. I like mine a bit.
A drawn set is no good for Karen. She needs to win the set to force it to a tiebreaker.
Karen thinks she might have shot. I wonder what Lisa thinks, because it does change your approach, doesn't it? What happened there?
Slippery fingers.
Yeah. Sign of nerves, is it? It's a fair line if it's got the legs.
Holding now. Under now.
Oh, has it knocked Karen's out? It has. And Karen realises that that's cost her the shot. The head went back. And it is one. And it may have even cost her another one, because I think it's moved what she thought might have been the shot even further away, and that would mean that the other green bowler's going to be second shot. Oh, it's just the one.
Just the one?
So Karen may have been right that it was hers.
I think so.
One to Lisa Phillips, who edges ahead 5-4, and as Julie Keegan mentioned, she only has to draw this second set. But as long as she stays in front, she's into the final. Oh, she isn't. She's the champion, I should say. Making this a little bit shorter. She's moved the mat up. And the jack is a little bit further forward than it has been for a while.
I think Lisa would make history too, Mark. No person's ever won the Australian Open singles title twice. She'd be the first. Big feather in the cap. Especially as you mentioned, like she's only 19 years of age.
Can't imagine too many have been in the final 3 times.
Mine's just in front of it, Pammy, please.
Just seen a whack to the head there from
7
Lisa.
inches short of Jack High.
It wasn't a punch, it was a whack, but it wasn't a punch. Now the hands are out, as you can see behind. The first real sign of sort of animation in a negative perspective. Now she's still shaking the head and looking up at the sky. It's not the end of the world, Lisa. You're up a set in 5-4 and you've got 2 bowls left in this end.
She struggled coming this way last time, so and she's just not really getting it coming this way at all.
And it was just a slap, just a little bit of a whack, not a punch.
Wake up.
Karen holding 2. It's not coming back, is
My
it?
last bowl, please, Pam.
16 inches in front of Jack High.
Thanks, mate.
Wonderful shot there from Karen. Holding 3.
This could be a big turnaround here. Either at the moment she holds 3, Karen, but Lisa could possibly pick up 2.
Yes. Playing firmer.
That's what she's hoping to do. Was it too narrow?
It is too narrow.
All it's going to do is push it even closer for Karen Murphy, and it leaves an opportunity here for Karen to pick up 4. She holds 3. The hat comes off from Lisa Phillips.
Yeah, showing a bit of frustration there.
The whole end she has, Julie, all of a sudden. Here's a real chance for Karen Murphy. And she's taken the chance that's been offered.
Fantastic shot.
And it is 4 to Karen Murphy. What an end in the last 3 ends. 8-5 with 2 ends remaining in this second set. And all of a sudden, Karen Murphy is in the box seat to send this to a tiebreak.
She definitely is. She's started to get under Lisa's skin a little bit there. I mean, purely for the fact that she's just playing the better bowls at the moment.
Well, Lisa played a bad bowl. There was no doubt about it. But the reaction to that bad bowl was out of proportion with the bowl it was and the position of the match.
That's right, yeah. She shouldn't be really letting that get to her at that stage of the game. I mean, she's 1 set up and she was 1 up on the scoreboard. She's just got to hold her composure and just try and regroup, get something happening.
And the competitor that Karen Murphy is, she would have seen that and thought, hello.
Yeah, she feeds off that. And it was a big, even to put that 4th bowl in there, there's a lot of pressure to, you know, it's so easy. So many times you see players that are holding 3 or a couple of shots there and don't capitalise and add that last bowl. But could be the turning point.
Well, Karen is in front, even though she's a set down, but she's in front on the scoreboard for the first time since the second end of the match. Lisa has been either level or in front in a set ever since then. 3-1 she led after 2 ends, Karen, and since then it's either been level or Lisa Phillips in front.
Been a real seesaw.
That should be disappointed with that first bowl, Karen.
How far from Lisa's bowl, please, mate?
2 feet.
Thank you.
2 ends to play. Lisa needs 3 shots in 2 ends. All she needs is a draw. Karen can win 1 more end. We're looking at going to a tiebreaker.
There's 2 very short there. And remember, she only has to draw this set Lisa Phillips.
My ball's about 3.5, is it, Penny?
That one, yes, this is 3, that's 3.5.
Yeah, tap.
Still plenty of room there for Karen to draw this shot. Both girls there pulling up short. Could indicate there's a bit of head breeze. Looks better.
Situation, please. What's happening?
Still 2.
Thank you. Ooh.
That's better from Lisa Phillips.
2.5 feet through.
Karen will be looking to
This is a huge pressure bowl.
last bowl of this end. She's down 3. It's got to go. It's a bit narrow and it's got to go. May have saved the shot. There's still plenty of room here for Lisa Phillips. Here's 2 to Lisa. Just remembering she does lead a set to 0 and only has to halve this set to win the championship.
This is not the end Karen was after just picking up that great 4. Looks like giving back a 3 here.
I hope that's there.
Okay, looks okay if it's got the weight. And there it is. Lisa Phillips hits straight back, picking up 3. It is going down to the wire. Welcome back to the 2013 Australian Open from the Darebin International Sports Centre in Melbourne. Heading into this final end, an end that Karen Murphy must win to stay alive. If it's won by Lisa Phillips, she is the Australian Open champion. She knows it. That was huge, wasn't it? Karen had the opportunity there, picking up that 4 shot, leading by 3, but she just couldn't get rid of Lisa Phillips.
Yeah, just let her back in that little bit.
Great composure though shown by Lisa. Particularly after the reaction in that 7th end to a couple of poor bowls. You thought that maybe she was teetering.
That'll be the shot.
Karen has the advantage of having the last bowl in this end, and it will be either the last bowl to win it, or it could be the last bowl of the championship.
My ball, Penny, please.
14 inches behind Jack High.
Thank you.
Karen has won the last couple of ends in this direction. Definite advantage. And she does have last bowl.
Just ran on a bit. Seems so much easier, doesn't it, to get into winning position as opposed to actually winning.
Yeah.
It's got a bit of weight to it.
up.
It's not going to. It'll come down to a final bowl. She does hold shot, but you would expect Lisa to get closer here.
Much better line here from Lisa. It's all in the weight.
Come on, Lisa. Come on, Lisa.
It's going to go a bit too far, is it?
Holding one, please, Fabby.
She won't bowl, will she, Karen? She doesn't have to.
Definitely
I don't
not.
trust you.
She doesn't trust her. She's coming to have a look herself. I don't blame her.
One. Yeah.
It is shot to Karen Murphy, and that is the second set. And she breathes a huge sigh of relief as we head to a tie break to decide the Australian singles champion for the women for 2013. Toss of the coin. What would you do here? Take the mat or have the last crack at it?
I won the toss.
Yeah, you won the toss.
She gives the mat to Lisa. Karen wants last crack at it.
She wants last bowl.
Well, now, this will be interesting. This first end is going to be critical, isn't it?
That's the other end.
Lisa Phillips, can she start this end? Putting some pressure. Good start.
Behind, please, mate.
Yes. Bowl and a half.
Karen's had a little pep talk there from Kay. It's giving her a little boost, saying you can do it.
Well, there's the start she was after. It's been a terrific final, hasn't it?
Oh, it's been very high quality.
Hang time.
I think it's deserving of it going to a tiebreaker, really.
Yeah. Oh, that was not what she was after. I think it's hard to tell, but maybe it's Lisa Phillips with the shot now. She doesn't muck around, Lisa. She's looking for the
Could
jack
have
here.
her own bowl.
She has got her own bowl, and it's certainly Karen Murphy now.
What's
Wow.
Lisa's bowl second? The one behind the jack, please, Fabby.
Second shot is this one.
Okay, what about the one behind there, please?
The one behind is 14 inches behind.
So,
You can't afford to make a mistake in a tie-break, can you?
No, that's right. Karen will be just visualising, drawing to that back bowl, just resting inside. She doesn't want to set up too much of a target there for Lisa.
hurry. Hurry now.
Sit that down.
Mine. Mine? Oh, you dirty dog.
She's missed it. And Karen Murphy
How did that not turn?
holds two.
Else did.
I'm glad she only said dirty dog.
I was wondering what she was going to say.
Jen White could have said anything.
I do like it too.
Pam Hockings likes it for two.
Close, but I do like it.
Ideally, she'd like to knock her front bowl there a little bit closer to confirm that, but she doesn't want to knock anything near the jack and
You don't
lose shot, does she?
No, you don't want to turn it on the jack. She'll probably just look draw close. Got to beat that back green bowl. Good looking line. Maybe too heavy.
2.
So Lisa is happy to concede the 1. Will she concede the 2? Or will it be a measure?
Will they measure it?
Yeah,
I don't think we've measured yet, have we?
we did once.
Has there been a measure?
That one's not in, is it?
I don't know that there has. Well, it was Karen measuring in the semi-final that I remember. I remember Karen measuring, but I'm not sure.
I agree with you this time.
Yeah, I think there was.
I think there was one measured down this end.
Yeah.
Well, it probably is too. Isn't it?
Yeah.
2.
It is 2 to Karen Murphy. What a start to this tie-break for the world champion. She has been behind pretty much for the whole match. She just has to, Lisa has to say, well, I've been playing well. I just have to keep what I'm doing. And
She just got to back herself.
yeah.
A bit unfortunate for Lisa that last end. She actually gave the shot away, I think, as well. So she'd be a bit frustrated and churning up inside about that.
Can Karen get right on it, start this end? She's a bit short, I think. And Lisa Phillips makes the most of it.
A much better start from Lisa.
Terrific crowds here for this women's final. Standing room only. Even standing room, there's not any room.
Couldn't ask for better weather conditions either. The perfect day here in Melbourne.
A couple short here from Karen. Lisa Phillips with a chance to put the pressure back on Murphy.
Similar line again. She's she up. Yep, that'll count.
My last one, please, Pen.
3.5 feet,
Last bowl of Lisa's, please.
2 feet short.
It's not going to get there either. Very quickly onto the mat here, Lisa Phillips. Hasn't this had some ebbs and flows, this 2013 final? It's not gonna get there again. Although it will get a nice kiss, but it's still 2, I would think, to Lisa Phillips. Huge moment here again.
Close. Close.
She likes it. What a bowl there from Lisa Phillips. It is 2. Lisa thinks it's 3, and Karen agrees. And with 1 in remaining, Lisa Phillips leads by 3 shots to 2 in this tie-break. Doesn't turn 20 until May, end of May.
Very good paycheck for a 19-year-old as well. Great opener.
Whereabouts is it, please?
The front of the bowl is about 1.5 inches behind Jack High.
It's not coming. Lisa changes to the forehand. She's not mucking around. I think she wants to get to the end. A little bit fortunate there.
Yes.
Another massive moment. This might be okay.
Needs to get down quicker.
Might be okay. She does do it. Karen Murphy. She's left the jack out in the open. And it's going to be, well, who can get closer with their last bowl to decide the Australian Open champion for 2013. It comes down to this, doesn't it? The jack is out in the open. They've got one bowl left each.
I would back Lisa to draw this, but Karen does have the next 3 shots.
Would have been better.
Here's Lisa. Oh, it's going. It's running on and... Okay, now what does Karen Murphy do here? Does she just try and pick up a shot, or does she try and get rid of the bowl of Lisa Phillips? This is all or nothing, isn't it? This is for the title. And she's missed it, I think. No, it's coming back.
Oh.
She's just missed it. And Lisa Phillips has won her second Australian Open title in 3 years and becomes the first player to win 2 Australian Open singles titles. And she is just 19 years of age. The difference between success and failure for both players there was about a centimetre. Well, for the second time in 3 years, Lisa Phillips is the Australian Open singles champion in a massive performance to defeat the current world champion, Karen Murphy. And Lisa, have you stopped shaking? Have you settled down as it sunk in?
I'm still shaking. I mean, I played Karen. This is the 3rd time I played her, and I've yet to beaten her. And I mean, to come out here, win the first set, and have that security was amazing. But I was a bit stiff, really. Well, upsetting myself that I didn't win that second set when I had the chance and had the lead. But I was happy I was able to follow up in the tiebreaker, even after losing 2 in the first end, yeah. Yeah, losing that first end of the tiebreak, it didn't seem to affect you. It almost seemed to steal your resolve. Yeah, I mean, like, I knew that it's only 2. I mean, I could have scored 8 more shots, so I knew that if I just, like, stuck in there and put my foot on the throat, I could, yeah, come over the line. 2 in 3 years, and the first person to win 2 Australian Open titles. You're not even 20. What does it mean to you? Oh, it's amazing. You know, winning the first one was a shock. Even getting to the final was amazing. Last year I was a bit disappointed in myself because I knew I had it in me to do it, and just fell at the last hurdle. But to get the opportunity this year was amazing, and to finally get over the line this year, redeem myself from last year, so it feels good.
Congratulations on a wonderful performance. We've seen a wonderful women's singles final here at Darebin, the Australian Open Championships of 2013. Lisa Phillips, once again the Australian Open champion. On behalf of my co-commentator Julie Keegan, I'm Mark Braybrook. We say goodbye from Melbourne.